Hi, my name is Emily and welcome to my kitchen, and today we're going to be making shepherd's pie. So for our ingredients today, I'm going to be using russet potatoes. Now you can use white, russet, or yellow is fine. I've even done it with sweet potato. If you like less seasoning, sweet potato does give it a nice flavor, but today we're going to use russet because that's what I have. We're going to use ground beef and an onion, salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning. For the vegetables, I'm going to be doing peas and carrots. And I also like to put corn in mine. That's, you know, some people like that, some people don't. I prefer it with corn in it. So yeah, let's get started on our recipe. Here I'm just about to saute onion, and I forgot to mention earlier I did use a tablespoon of garlic. And so we're just gonna let that the onions and the garlic cook up a little bit, and then we're gonna add our ground beef. And yeah, so then we'll start the cooking. All right, so here I have 2 cups of the peas and carrots and 1 heaping cup of the corn. I'm going to be putting that in the microwave ahead of time because if you do not, you can't leak out some of the water from the frozen vegetables, and it will just make your shepherd's pie more watery at the base if you leave if you don't drain the water out because it's frozen first. So that's just a quick tip. Now we have our ground beef in, and I'm just going to do a little bit of salt. So salt and pepper to taste. Some people like a little more, some people like a little less. I'm gonna add some black pepper in, some crushed black pepper. I'm gonna add in a bit of Italian seasoning. I'm not gonna go too heavy with the Italian seasoning, but just a little bit. Just to give it some flavor. Okay, now we're gonna let that cook up, and while that's happening, we're gonna start peeling our potatoes. So I'm going to be using the Ninja Foodi, like a pressure cooker, to cook my potatoes, and that's only for time's sake. If you don't have a pressure cooker, you can just use a pot on the stove. It just takes a little bit longer. I'm just doing the pressure cooker for time's sake. So I'm going to put this on for 15 minutes, and I'm going to pressure that. And then our potatoes will be on. Okay, so now we're ready to make the mashed potatoes. Now, here I have my potatoes all steamed. I'm going to use half a cup of salted butter, and I'm going to use a little bit of half and half, just a little bit, and black pepper. And I'm going to also, I really like Lawry's seasoned salt. If not, then I would just do salt and a little bit of garlic powder in my mashed potatoes. So let's get started. So you want to make sure that because I'm using salted butter and I'm using seasoning salt, you want to make sure that you don't over salt, because you can never take it back, but you can always add a little more, or someone can add a little more till theirs. So that's what I'm going to do with my half and half. Sorry about my pup in the background. He wants dinner now. And yeah, so we're going to start out with that, and then I'm going to add the butter, and then I'm going to use a hand mixer to mix this. You can use an immersion blender if that's what you have instead, but I'm going to use a hand mixer. So here we have our veggies. It looks like there's more corn, but really just, you know, peas and carrots are underneath. This is our ground beef with our onion and our garlic. And then we also have our mashed potatoes here. And now we're going to use, this is going to be my my dish for our shepherd's pie. And now we're going to start assembling. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to layer the bottom with the ground beef, the onions, and the garlic. Then we're going to layer the vegetables and then the potatoes on top. So let's see how it goes. Okay, Now it's ready to go in the oven. I preheated my oven to 375. I'm gonna put tin foil on the top of it, and then I'm gonna throw it in for 50 minutes. 50 to 60 minutes would be good. Another way that you could do this is you could add shredded cheese to the top of it. I really enjoy that. Some people don't, so we're just gonna go a little more traditional today. But adding shredded cheese on and then like broiling it for just a couple minutes at the end can make a nice crisp top if you like that. So just, you know, food for thought. Okay, so we're gonna put this in the oven now and I'll show you the finished product. I hope you enjoyed this video of shepherd's pie, and I hope you give it a try and a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. And thank you very much. Be well.